Hi everyone, and welcome. My name is Josh, and I'm so excited that you're here today because I'm at the God Story Exploratorium, where we're going to check out all of the amazing exhibits. Well, actually, I've just started a new job here at the Exploratorium, but I'm sure while I'm working, I'll get to see all the exhibits. Oh, hey there.
Hi, can I help you?
I'm just starting a new job here today. My name is Josh, and I'm hoping to learn all about the exhibits. Do you know anything about this place?
For sure I do. My name is Amanda Jo, and I've been working here for a decade, which is the fancy word for 10 years. I have dusted these portraits more times than I can count. These are very important people framed in these portraits.
Really? Like, they look like ordinary people to me.
Well, I know they look ordinary, but we call this place the Hall of Faith! These are some of the people that the Bible celebrates as having great faith. Check this out. Over here, we have Abel. The Bible tells us that because of his faith, he brought God an offering, and God praised him as a godly man. And over here, we have Enoch. Did you know that Enoch didn't even die?
What? That's not possible. How do you do that?
Well, he walked with God, and then he was no more. The Bible tells us that he couldn't be found because God had taken him away. Enoch pleased God, and without faith, it's impossible to please God.
Well, that sounds incredible. Who's that?
Oh, well, right here, we have Noah. You might have heard of Noah. When God told him that he should build an ark because of a flood that was coming, he did just that. Even though there was no sign of rain, he built an ark because he obeyed and respected God. The flood did come, and just as God had said, him and his family were safe. And God used Noah to show the world that they were guilty of sin.
Wow, this place is filled with people of faith. Who's the bald guy?
Our story today is about these people. They had great faith too. Let's listen to our Bible story and learn all about them.
The enduring testimony of the Apostle Paul is that God can change anyone. Once a fierce enemy of God, Jesus powerfully called him to repent and offered him forgiveness and a new life. Paul believed Jesus and eagerly obeyed. Now he wrote to countless readers, urging them to place their full confidence in Jesus for deliverance, and to remind them that his eternal treasure is worth more than anything here on earth. Paul reminded them of the faith of Abraham and how he sought after the promises of God as the ultimate treasure, because Abraham believed God. God promised that from Abraham he would create a great nation, and that through his family the Messiah would come. "Leave everything behind," God told him, "and move toward a land I will show you." So Abraham left the only home he knew for a land he knew nothing about. Even with the challenges of famine, family conflict, and the possibility of vicious enemies, he remained faithful to God. Although he was an old man, Abraham set off on an amazing adventure in search of the greatest treasure. Nothing else mattered to him because he believed God. God promised Abraham that his descendants would be so many they could not be counted. God said to Abraham, "Look up into the sky and count the stars if you can. That's how many descendants you will have." Abraham knew he could trust God, because when God makes a promise, he never breaks it. Abraham never gave up on the hopeful future that God promised. God was pleased with Abraham and not ashamed to be known far and wide as the God of Abraham, not because Abraham was perfect, but because Abraham faithfully believed in the one who is perfect. It was not because of what Abraham did or did not do, but because he had faith in the one who declared him sinless in the sight of God. Although Abraham was very old and his wife Sarah was unable to bear children, Abraham believed when God said he would bear a son. He knew with full assurance that God would stand by his promise, because he knew nothing was impossible with God. Abraham believed with his last breath that God would keep all of his promises. God promised to make out of him a great nation from descendants as numerous as the stars, and he did. God promised him an heir, and he gave him a son. God promised Abraham the land of Canaan, and years later God delivered the land to Israel. God promised that through his descendants the whole world would be blessed. And many years later God sent his son, Jesus, to be born in the very line of Abraham, to be the perfect sacrifice for the sins of the whole world. Yes, the Messiah came according to the promises of God. He died and rose again, victorious over sin and death. All those who declare Jesus as Lord and believe in their heart that God raised him from the dead will be saved. Abraham caught a glimpse of God's plan and believed. Like Abraham, we can also put our trust in the promises of God and become part of God's family because of the cross and by faith.
Wow, the Bible is filled with so many stories of people's faith in God, and when I hear the stories of their faith, it helps me grow in my faith. In fact, this is one way that God assures me that he will keep his promises.
It sure does. God worked in all of their lives, and he still works the same way in our lives. This means our lives can act like a hall of faith to those around us and assure them about God's faithfulness.
You mean the difficult things I go through in my life can help someone else to have more faith?
Absolutely. We all have trouble come our way, and sometimes it's really hard to face. But then we read our Bible and we're reminded of the trouble that others had and how God was still faithful to all of them. He kept all his promises, and it assures us that God is going to keep his promise to us too. And when our friends and family see us living our lives, trusting in God and turning to him for comfort, it can help and comfort and assure them too. When they are facing something difficult, that's the great thing about faith. It can be used to strengthen the faith of others.
I definitely want my faith to help others. You just said that in our lives we'll face trouble, and that's exactly what our new Bible verse for this month says. Just because we follow God doesn't mean we're going to have an easy life. But there's great news. Jesus said, "I have won the battle over the world." This means that even though our lives aren't always easy, this world is temporary. Jesus is preparing a perfect place for anyone who believes in him to live with him forever. Our verse goes like this: "I have told you these things so that you can have peace because of me. In this world, you will have trouble, but be encouraged. I have won the battle over the world." John 16, verse 33.
Great verse, Josh, but can I ask, what does this mean?
This means trouble. It's sign language for trouble. So when we do it, we're gonna go and we're gonna say peace, peace, and then we're gonna go to world, and, oh, I guess I missed this part, but we're gonna do this part, peace, world, trouble, woohoo, and then we're gonna end with this. And then this, like we're reading out the Bible. Awesome, do you wanna try that all together?
Okay, let's do it.
Awesome, okay.
I have told you these things so that you can have peace because of me. In this world, you will have trouble,
but be encouraged. I have won the battle over the world. John 16:33.
I love that verse. It's a great reminder that Jesus is bigger than anything we face here on earth, and that he will be with us no matter what troubles we face.
Thanks so much, Amanda Joe, for showing me what this hall of faith is. It's so cool how God uses the lives of others to assure us in our faith. That's our bottom line for today. God's story assures us. Let's say that together. God's story assures us. I bet each one of us can think of people we could put in our own hall of faith. People who have helped us know more about God or whose life story has helped us understand God more.
Yes, maybe we could all make our own hall of faith at home. Hey, we better get back to work.
You're right. See you all next time, friends.
Bye.
When my world feels like it's shaking, when my heart feels like it's breaking, walking over waves can be hard to do. Take my hand, you're the hero, Jesus. You're the one who never leaves us. Whatever little down, a little worried when I look around. That's why my hope is in the Lord. I fix my eyes upon the God who gives, 'cause all I need is what I have in Him. That's why my hope is in the Lord. My hope is in the Lord. I belong to Him. He will never let me go. My hope is in the Lord. I can count on Him. My hope is in the little down, a little worried when I look around. That's why my hope is in the Lord. I fix my eyes upon the God who gives, 'cause all I need is what I have in Him. That's why my hope is in the Lord. My hope is in the Lord. I belong to Him. He will never let me go. My hope is in the Lord. I can count on Him. My hope is in the Lord. My hope is in the Lord. I belong to Him. He will never let me go. My hope is in the Lord. I can count on Him. My hope is in the Lord.
Hey friends, my name is Miss Megan, and I wanted to tell you about a few announcements today. God cares about everyone around the world, and in the Bible, God asks us to show His love to others. At Children's Ministry, we can show God's love to others through the Loaves and Fishes store. All you have an opportunity is to get Loaves and Fishes dollars today. There are 3 ways you can collect them. First, bring a new friend to church with you or invite them to watch online with you. Second, memorize the Bible verse for the month and tell your leader or a grown-up in your house. And third, read the Bible at least 3 times this week. Make sure to share that with a grown-up in your house or your leader. There's an online form for the grown-up in your house or your leader to fill out every week, and our team will track how many Loaves and Fishes dollars are in your account. Every dollar you collect could be used to help someone here in Calgary or Canada or even a different part of the world. You can use the dollars you collect to help others in need because it's always better to give than to receive. Every month, you have a chance to spend your Loaves and Fishes dollars at the online store. You can find more details about the store and how to spend your dollars on the Center Street Church website under the Children's Ministry page. Our offering project until the end of this month will be supporting the Calgary Pregnancy Care Center. When you fill up your bottle, you're helping the center provide education, connection, and support for many families. Every bottle counts because everybody counts. Let us check out a few photos of some families and babies they've been able to help already. You are making such a difference in the lives of each family the center supports. I hope you have had a chance to put some money in your baby bottle over the last few months. At the end of this month, bring back your filled bottles when you come to pick up your ministry box for July. Thanks for listening, friends. Bye.